I had written out most of what I wanted to say about FBC Firebreak before I looked at what everyone else was saying. I always do that. I ignore other opinions until I've had a chance to get some time with the game myself. That is helpful by avoiding outside influence. However, I realized in my original writing I had missed a number of things. The game has had a couple of updates already, which people who put out videos the day the game came out didn't see. If you've seen my videos before, you know I don't do reviews. There are no scores given out here. These are discussions about games. So let's discuss. This game lacks a proper tutorial that holds the player's hand, directing them where to go while explaining clearly the mechanics of the game. I played my first game. I didn't know what was happening, but I kept playing more and I figured things out. I chalk that up to stubbornness. I realize now that not everyone felt that way, and that turned people away because they didn't get it after one mission. This game needs a fleshed out tutorial that walks players through everything. The progression was a problem and it could still use improvement. FBC had a Helldivers 2 type of progressing page by page through the unlocks. I don't care for it. I would rather be able to unlock whatever I want, when I want, as long as I have the points to do so. You start out with the worst version of the weapons, and the progression to better versions is too long. I did not emphasize that enough in my original thoughts. It forces you to unlock a bunch of things you don't want on your way to things that you do want. With the update, they have split the cosmetic items away from the weapons and tools. Now you don't need to unlock sprays to get to weapons. You still have to go page by page and spend a certain amount to unlock the next page. I don't love that. Another issue are the enemies. There's not enough variety. There are about 5 types of enemies and some special ones, but that's it. There needs to be more, and they need to be threatening in different ways. Lack of content. It's true, there are only 5 missions, and that's not nearly enough. I don't know why I glossed over this as much as I did. I did feel that the missions need more things to do. In the hotfix mission, the main objective is working your way through the level via a series of objectives. Once the objective is complete, you can open the door to the next area. All the missions are like that. Having different potential main objectives would be a good idea. For example, since I mentioned the hotfix mission, instead of the main task in the first area being fixing the generators for the fans and turning them on, allow for something else. There are these side areas that are offices with computers. For example, sometimes have the main objective be powering those computers, then finding the access codes to get in, and finally some kind of mini game to simulate using the computers to turn the fans on. In addition, there absolutely should be side objectives. Maybe it opens a new path. It gives you access to a special powerful weapon or tool that is worth the effort. The game could modify the enemies in some way, throwing a lot more of one type at you that increases the difficulty, or making them faster, stronger, or something similar. Adding unpredictability would go a long way to improving the replayability. Each mission should have a final boss. Not another task to do, but a proper boss. That is mostly missing and should be changed. While this doesn't address all the concerns I missed, it does address some of it. I said this in my original writing that on day 1, Remedy released a patch for matchmaking. Matchmaking was taking too long, and they addressed it immediately. They released the patch 4 days after release to address other concerns and admitted that they missed a step. They have promised to fix things. That is a good sign that they are being responsive. I'm going to give you most of what I wrote down before today about the game. Some of it was too long, so I took it out or is not relevant. We'll start with basics about the game. You have 3 kits to choose from. These are essentially classes. The Splash kit has access to a water cannon, which is handy for the Hot Furnace mission. This is because of elemental effects in the game. If you go too long without hitting the shower or a water cannon soaking you, you will catch fire and die horribly. You can inflict these elemental effects on friends and enemies, which leads to synergies. I soak the enemies with water, you hit them with your electricity gun, and you can imagine how good that is for taking enemies down. If you research and upgrade enough, your bullets can do elemental damage as well. The guns look good, and once you unlock the functional versions, that makes a world of difference. They do more damage and seems more accurate. When you pick up ammo or any item, it isn't just a button press. You have to hold down a button to pick things up. That's annoying and tedious. I would much rather press a button once, or better yet, for ammo, auto pickup. Just walk over it. It's the same with the ammo station and fixing things manually. You're alternating between Q and E a bunch of times. I don't want to do that, which is why I say having one person with a different kit makes life much easier. Instead of repairing something manually, the girl with the wrench hits the machine a few times to fix it, and the guy with the electricity gun can jumpstart the engine. Doing things manually is a pain. Is that the point? Is it supposed to be annoying, or did someone think this is fun? You can research to unlock various buffs for yourself and your team. Ammo types, elemental resistances, tools work faster. The research is a bit boring, like faster reload, higher elemental damage resistance. They don't feel like that much. I'm just not that excited to unlock taking less damage when airborne. That doesn't get the blood pumping. The art direction fascinates me. How many games can say they have sticky note monsters? I don't know of any. The concept of different doors inside the FBC leading to other dimensions allows for so much creativity. The art direction is perfection. Since we're talking about visuals, the graphics have a sharp and clean look to it. Metal Gear Solid 5 has that same look, as does Death Stranding. It's sharp, clean, and crisp. It looks good, and it's those qualities that stand out for me. A few final things. I don't quite know where to land with this game. This has all the makings of a good game. I don't think it's bad, and I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon. Remedy's approach to monetization being strictly cosmetic with free content updates is the way to do things. When you don't ask customers to pull out their wallet at every turn, that builds goodwill. That tells me you want to give them a good product. On the other hand, I don't recommend waiting around forever for improvements. There is going to be new content this autumn and winter, which I will certainly be checking out. I hope that people haven't already decided that the game isn't good and they'll forget about it. Remedy Entertainment is not a big studio compared to Take-Two, Bethesda, Square. The big budget games are nice, or can be, but games that succeed from mid-sized studios are where the good stuff comes from. This and indies. It's important. You find more creativity and innovation from these corners of the industry. This could be a whole other video. I want this game to pull through, and I'll keep you posted.